Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Oh.
I think I see Kaji coming back.
Okay, so Kaji will be rating it soon for VOD watchers. I just started my stream on it. Might mute till we're on.
Well, sorry everybody. I couldn't find my last song. Let me go see. Our next person is going to be Fleur channel. So I believe they are already live. Yes, they are.
Indeed, I am.
We will /raid FL. Make sure we don't spell this incorrectly.
I hope the sound of the computer overheating doesn't get in the
Again,
rest of the shit.
so much for coming out. Kind of funny that I was the opening act. It's going to be hard to follow. Please enjoy the rest of the reading.
Kaji.
Thank you. Alrighty. Well, yes. Here we go. Have a good time at Flora's channel. I don't know if we're doing raid messages, but just say Merry Christmas or something. I don't know. Okay.
Merry Christmas, Kaji. Alright, we'll be in soon. Welcome everybody. You've shown up just in time. I was just about to read an old Christmas story, one I enjoy quite a bit. A historical account, actually. Entirely real. You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. One foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him, as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Tell me if there's anything I need to do better. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him, as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. Encore! And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him, as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. I very much like the song I read off. It was one that was played pretty incessantly when I was a kid, and not just that, it's a nice song about how everybody can bring something unique to the table, and I hope that you were singing along to it. As with all these Christmas songs, it is the time to be getting in the Christmas spirit. So at home, be singing along, hell, maybe even be dancing a bit. That's, I think, the ideal karaoke experience. And part of the reason I started doing karaoke's. But enough said. Thank you all for joining me. I hope I hope the last one to receive you treated you quite well. And sorry if there's any audio issues or whatever. I do not have my regular mic, so I'm using my Oculus headset strapped up above me like a hanging mic. But it's the one with the least input delay, so that's why I'm using it. Sorry about that. But once again, thank you all for joining me. And our next song is another one. What if we kissed under the Oculus headset? Well, I also have mistletoe hanging above me. So I don't know. Or something. Yeah, but our next song is one that I've also heard quite a bit since the date of my manufacture. A famous one that is actually within my range to sing. And as for this one, I would consider it probably one of my favorite Christmas songs. I still don't have a definite favorite. This one certainly comes close. It's Christmas cheer, I'll always spread it around. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. Since we've got no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, and I've brought me some corn for popping. The lights are turned down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, oh, how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. As long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. He doesn't care if it's in below. He's sitting by the fire's glossy glow. He don't care about the cold and the winds that blow. He just says, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. We goes the storm. Why should he worry when he's nice and warm? His girl by his side and the lights turn low. Just says, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. The weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. Since we got no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, and have brought me some corn for popping. The lights are way down low, so let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally say goodnight, oh, how I hate going out in the storm. But only if you hold me tight. All the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying. And my dear, we're still goodbying. As long as you love me so. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. So, did you enjoy the Frank Sinatra experience? That's good. And welcome, Leon. ah, don't want to start on to the next one from autoplay. Oh, I wouldn't be against singing it all over again, if not for time reasons. But thank you for all the patches. Uh, this third song, I was debating of what to do for the third song, but I think I found something I can throw down. Uh, an old song from old song, idol song from Love Live. Totally the right one. I didn't just pick the first one off Google to horrible results. In a different time across the distant sea, you'll find the older modern Stone Age family. Cars that can't be driven unless you use your two legs. Dinosaurs still roam the sacred world. How do I know how much this loincloth will show? What's that sound in front of me? Shrieking raptor melody. It can't stop, no it won't stop. Hearing bedrock. Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. They're the Monster family. From the town of Bedrock, they're a patron of history. Let's ride with the family down the street, courtesy of Chauvin's 2 feet. When you're done with the Flintstones, have a yabba dabba do time, a dabba do time, yabba dabba dabba dooba doo, yabba dabba 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 doo, yabba dabba 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 doo. We'll have a gay old time. Indeed it does, dear girl. Lightning is on tech when you have got to lose. Live in the Stone Age, you will never get the blues. I'm the oil order of the water buffalo. Just be merry, you pay your daily dues. They're all cavemen, still living way back in when. Bowling is the sport they like. Unlikely they'll get a strike. Bred on pterodactyls, they will fly high. Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. They're the modern Stone Age family. From the town of Bedrock, they're a patron of history. Someday, maybe Fred will win the fight. That cat will stay out of the night. When you're with the Flintstones, how the yabba dabba do time, a yabba do time, yabba dabba 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 do, yabba dabba 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 do, yabba dabba 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 do. Time. Do 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 do. My heart cries out, what do I call the pain? Feelings abound, now I know the name, Stonelation. I can't wait, feelings resonate. It pains me so, how the time moves forward, never backward. This time over me, won't be gone, just let me be free. I wish I was ancient history, and old time. Oh, really? You think you get through Christmas without any? Never mind. sorry for interloping on your regular scheduled floor show, but I think as it is as it is Christmas time, I think it would be a time for I don't know, in between the songs, a little bit of something of a sermon. En ashe, en logos, kai logos, en poros ton theon, kai logos, en logos, utos en ashe, poros ton theon, ponta toi oton, egeton, kai shiro, oto, egeto, ode en o genonen. Indeed, Ibero. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him there was not anything that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. And there was a man sent from God, whose name was John. The same came for a witness, to bear witness of the light. Through all men might him believe. Though he was not the light, he was sent to bear witness of that light. That was the true light, which lighteth every man that cometh into the world. He was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. He came unto his own, and his own received him not. But as many received him, to them he gave power to become sons of God, even that they may believe on his name, which were born not of blood, nor the will of flesh, nor the will of man, but of God. And the Word made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, and the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. John 1 through 14. Well, 1 through 14. I started that out probably the most discussed chapter of the Bible ever, just as we are approaching Christmas currently. And, well, from how it's been, especially the past 2 years, and now I think it's even a bit harder for some people, as it's in a very transitionary period between what we could call new normalcy and what was going on before. But I certainly have spent 2 Christmases almost entirely with my family, as COVID and such. And now I'm going to be back home from school, and well, the semester was pretty much a complete bust for me. I hear similar things of this time being quite the bust for many other people around, not knowing where they're supposed to go, what they're supposed to be pursuing. I see people, talking about how many hours they have, that they probably won't even be able to go back home, or that they're estranged, or that or the hell that the economy has made it hard for them to go back and see family. As it is Christmas time, it's time for celebration, and it pains me sometimes that it doesn't seem like everybody has the opportunity for that. But on that, I will say, as as I said, I think this is mostly inspired by the fact that I realized I kind of wasted a semester of school, and I probably won't be going back in spring, for better or worse. But I will be trying to transfer somewhere, of course. But in the meantime, I'll probably stay here, get a job, get some life skills, or whatever. But what I realized with that is through that I felt so listless, like I couldn't tell where I was being taken by the current education I was pursuing, pathless, so to speak. And that was a big shakeup in terms of before I felt so resolute and guided. And in ways, I think it was because even if I went into school for something I enjoyed, I ultimately found myself trying to force my way against the grain, against what was meant and where I should be taken. On some level, or maybe I was brought there and I needed to learn some things. But when I resigned myself and I said, "Wait a minute," instead of trying to stick this out, instead of trying to justify to myself, "This is working, this is good, this is what's meant to be," because I got here, I was one of the few places that took me. What if I resigned myself and let all the opportunities come to me? And even since then, I've started calling up places, and actually, it seems like there's quite a few opportunities I didn't know I had. But I only share that story because I think as we approach Christmas, as that star, northern star, hangs in the sky above the child's crib at this time, the time of nativity, we should. I tell you to trust in in the path and in what the universe has laid out for you. Uh, and that will take you to strange places. It certainly did for me. But you'll ultimately find you'll be doing, if you trust in that, and if you always make not an effort to seek it out, but to be receptive for what it tells you, then you'll always find on some level that you're going to some place that you can be happy about, even through trials and tribulation. Well, that's my small sermon. Let's get back to the singing. Oh, and as it is almost Christmas time, I'd like to propose something. As we go between these, as instead of just having, in addition to any raid message that anyone gives you in the future, put some candles down for a candlelight vigil. All right? Just between your raid messages or whatever, just throw down some candles, hold them up, and if anyone asks or anyone mentions it, just tell them that you're bringing candles for the Christmas vigil, something like that. Hopefully it will spread as we go. I thought that'd be a nice thing. But anyways, let's get back on to singing. Noël à Jérusalem, Preston-mer, le coyon perdu. Un homme à genoux est là, il plaira côté moi. Elle lève les yeux en remerciant le ciel. Noël à Jérusalem. L'esprit nous apporte des mosquées. Ils sont amis qui viennent depuis d'apercevoir la pente. Le visage était jusqu'à la nuit tombée. Ces monstres qui brillent au même instant ici n'ont-elles pas la même ferveur? Les hommes d'Orient, ils oublient aussi c'est que Dieu qui fait battre le cœur. Noël à Jérusalem, c'est aussi l'enfant de Bethléem. Le pèlerin paraît au bout bergère. Chercher la maison de sa nativité. Noël à Jérusalem, c'est le monde à pied de l'Éternel, qui vient un peu son nom et lui demande sa pardon. Des sagas longs de chemise du ciel. Pourtant, il souffre devant un jeu, s'élever dans une appris. Le corps de toi, hommes épais de moi, pour changer la face de la terre. Noël à Jérusalem. Presque une mer que l'on a détruite. Un homme à genoux m'a dit, tu es changé dans ma vie, car Jérusalem est nouvelle sur la terre. À ma vie, Bayani, à qui Sonia a dit, je fais d'ici mon plus merveilleux Noël à Jerusalem. uh, yes, I very much enjoy French Christmas songs. Uh, and I don't know. I really could get into that one. Perhaps it's the theological bit, but I really could get into it. Even during practice, when I do like, oh, I was way out of key on this one or whatever, then I would just be like, not, just commit, give the energy, and it would all come back into play. And our next one is just a simple, casual French Christmas song, one of the more popular ones, Noel Blanc. Oh, quand j'ai tant chanté Noël, j'aimerais voir mes jolis d'enfants, le lapin scintillante, la neige déargente, Noël, mon beau rêve blanc. Oh, quand j'étends son nez au ciel, les bons villas descendent. Je revois tout éclair, maman, et je sonne à d'autres Noël blanc. La nuit est pleine de chants joyeux, le bois croque dans les feux, la table est déjà gagnée, tu es prête pour mes amis, et j'attends où ils vont venir, en écoutant tous mes souvenirs. Oh, quand je t'en chantais Noël, j'aimerais voir mes jolis d'enfance. Le sapin scintillante, la neige déargente, Noël, mon beau rêve blanc. Oh, quand je t'en sonné au ciel, les bonnes villas descendent. Je revois tes yeux clairs, maman, et je sonne à d'autres Noël blanc. Je revois tout éclair, maman, et je sens à d'autres Noël blanc. Alrighty. So we have to prepare to read into the next person. I think. I hope Bloom has it. I'll see if Bloom has started. I think it might just. Ooh. Don't want to loop my audio. There we go. Has he? Well, Bloom, if you're there, you're free to start. I'm going to do a song as we end out and. Well, it seems I finally regained control of everything, and we might be here for one more song. Though I can see time wrapping up. Thankfully, I don't know what was with that interloping, but I hope you still had an enjoyable time nonetheless. As I see that the last song that was played was Noel Blanc, so maybe we could follow up just impromptu with something by Blancmange. And I'll let you read into that as we go out. And whether, oh, good. I'm gonna make this extra enjoyable. We can dance along to this too. There we go. Oh, whoops, I fucked it up. I didn't realize the legs wouldn't come up. You keep me running round and round, well, that's alright with me. Up and down, I'm up the wall, I'm up the bloody tree. That's alright with me. Yeah, that's alright with me. Yeah, looks alright to me. Yeah, that's alright to me. Feels alright to me. And I'm so tall, I'm so tall. You raise me and then you let me fall. And I'm so small, I'm so small. Wrap me around your finger, see me fall. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. That's that.